I know this sounds crazy, but I think Miharu Kagemori might end up becoming the 5th member of Glowing Dawn. Alrighty, what's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another video by yours truly. Guys, look, I need you guys to hear me out on this one, because the more information we get about Miharu Kagemori, the less I think she's a villain.
What?
And the more I think she's becoming one of the most fascinating Digimon characters we've gotten in years. Now, obviously, this is a theory video. We're cooking, we're speculating over here. We're connecting dots, connecting the bridges, yo. And maybe some of these dots don't connect at all. Maybe next episode, Toei comes out and completely destroys everything what I'm about to say. But right now, I genuinely think Miharu might be carrying one of the biggest mysteries in Digimon Beatbreak. And after the latest information, I think we're looking at her completely wrong. So let's start with the obvious. We now know two massive things. First, Miharu is apparently the mastermind behind Gift. And second, her partner Digimon appears to be none other than Mephismon. Now, when I first heard that, I immediately understood why people started saying, oh, so she's getting manipulated. Oh, Mephismon is controlling her. She's brainwashed. And I'm gonna be honest, at first I thought that too. Because let's be real, because if somebody told you a mysterious girl is partnered with Mephismon, you're gonna assume manipulation is involved somewhere. That's just Mephismon whole vibe from Tamers and Adventure Reboot. But then I stopped and thought about it. And the more I thought about it, the less I liked that explanation. Because if Miharu is simply being controlled, then what was the point of everything else? Remember the quote from her character profile and in the anime that if these Digimon are treated like bugs, then it's the world that's bugged. Man, that line keeps getting better the more I think about it, because that isn't a line that sounds programmed. It doesn't sound hypnotized. It doesn't sound like somebody repeating propaganda. It sounds like somebody who reached a conclusion. A conclusion based on observation, based on experience, based on knowledge. And that's where the coding part becomes really important. Because Miharu over here wasn't introduced as a fighter. She wasn't introduced as a chosen child. She wasn't introduced as a prodigy strategist. She was introduced as a girl blessed with talent in coding. Now, in a normal story, that might just mean she's good with computers, right? I don't know. But this is Digimon we're talking about. And in Digimon, data is reality. Information is reality. Code is reality. So when somebody is described as being exceptionally gifted at coding, I don't think we're talking about somebody who can fix your laptop, is it? I think we're talking about somebody who understands the world itself. And this is where things start getting interesting, because every piece of Miharu's character seems connected to observation. Even her name, Kagemori, Shadow Forest, Miharu, to watch over, to observe, to keep watch. Everything about her feels passive. Like she's not somebody creating chaos, she's somebody watching it, studying it, learning from it. And that's why I don't think her story begins with Gift. I think Gift is the result of what she discovered. So let me explain. And I got a bit of a comparison over here. First, we got Ikuto Noguchi from Digimon Savers. The whole parent thing, being researchers, develop the digital gate, and being this raised by a good-hearted Digimon, which is Yukidarumon. Then we got Nico Robin from One Piece, being the sole survivor of a destroyed island, Ohara, and got the ability to read and decipher poneglyphs. But the more I think about Miharu, the more she reminds me of Haibara Ai from Detective Conan. Not because their personalities are identical, but because their narrative role could be very similar. Let's think about Haibara Ai for a moment, right? She wasn't the mastermind of the black organization. She wasn't the final villain. She wasn't trying to destroy the world. She was somebody who helped create something. Like the Apatoxin 4869 drugs. Finalizing it, right? The very drugs that shrunk the MC, Kudo Shiichi, and turns him to Edogawa Conan. Lost her whole family to the org, her sister. Then she drugs herself, by the way. Ran away from the org, went to hiding, and now works with the MC to defeat that very organization. She was somebody who helped create something, discovered the truth behind it, and eventually became trapped by her own creation. Now imagine the Digimon version of that. Imagine Miharu helping develop Gift, improving it, refining it, believing it could genuinely help people. Then one day, she discovers what Gift is actually doing, or what World Union is doing with Gift. And suddenly, everything changes. Now she's standing in a position where she knows too much. And once you know too much, you can never go back. And this is where Mephismon enters the conversation, because I actually don't think Mephismon created Miharu's beliefs. I think he validated them, and honestly, that's scarier. Imagine spending years discovering that the system is broken, that the people in power are hiding things, that innocent Digimon are being treated as bugs, that people are being sacrificed for stability. Then one day, a Digimon appears and tells you this: you are right. The world is broken. You aren't crazy. Now suddenly Mephismon isn't a puppeteer. He's an enabler. He's the voice encouraging Miharu to keep on going. No matter how far she goes, no matter what line she crosses, right? And that's exactly why I think their partnership is so dangerous. Because the most dangerous villain isn't somebody being controlled. It's somebody who genuinely believes they're saving the world. Then we get to the visuals, the one that first introduced to all of us. This one honestly keeps bothering me. The warp world, the holy egg. And as we can see right here, Miharu holding the glowing egg, Tomoro and Gekkomon reflected inside of it. Now here's my question. Why doesn't this visual look evil? Like seriously, look at it. Nothing about it screams final boss. Nothing about it screams conqueror. Nothing about it screams dictator. But instead, it feels sad. It feels lonely. It feels like somebody carrying a burden, almost like she is protecting something or watching over something. And if that's true, then the holy egg might not be a weapon. It might be a responsibility. Okay. Now we're entering the full theory territory. We're cooking here, right? We're putting on the chef hat, dude. So hear me out. I think Miharu's story might go down to something like this. She works with the World Union. She discovers a terrible truth. She creates or takes over Gift because she believes she can fix the problem. Her methods become increasingly extreme. Mephismon continues encouraging her, telling her that she's right, telling her the world is broken, telling her only she can save it, right? In Act 5, we got Tomoro, Gekkomon, and the Glowing Dawn reach out to her, not by defeating her, not by proving she's evil, but by proving she isn't alone, by showing her another path. And if that happens, Miharu doesn't become the final villain of this arc, she becomes one of the most important allies in the story. As for Mephismon's transformations, we already talked about this in my previous episode reviews, that possibly a Golfmon since it's the baseline evolution, Grand Dracmon, or Barbamon, a quintessential to what Savers had, a Demon Lord boss. And this is another thing that I can't stop thinking about. Glowing Dawn. Yep, just the name alone. Think about how different that sounds from Miharu's current imagery. Shadow, observation, isolation, distance. Everything about Miharu feels cold. Meanwhile, Glowing Dawn represents hope, connection, new beginnings, and that's why I feel like narratively, Glowing Dawn feels less like her enemy and more like her destination. Not because she suddenly becomes cheerful, not because she suddenly becomes outgoing, but because she finally finds people who understand her. People who see the same flaws in the world without choosing destruction as the answer. And I'ma be real, I don't think the biggest twist is that Miharu is the mastermind of Gift. I think the biggest twist might be that she's right. I mean, not completely right? Not morally right either, but factually right. What if the world really is bugged? What if the system really is broken? See what I'm saying? What if the World Union really is hiding something? What if Miharu discovered the truth before everyone else? Because if that happens, then suddenly this isn't a story about defeating Miharu. It's a story about understanding her, and that would be so much more interesting. Look, at the end of the day, we still don't know who Miharu really is. We still don't know her true identity. We still don't know what the Holy Egg even is. We still don't know the full truth about Gift. But the more pieces Toei give us, the more I feel like Miharu isn't being built as a traditional villain. She's being built as a tragedy. A genius who learned something she wasn't supposed to learn, right? A girl who looked at the world and saw something fundamentally wrong. And whether she becomes an enemy or an ally or something in between, I think Miharu Kagemori is about to become one of the most important characters in Digimon Beatbreak. But hey, that's just what I think, right? Now I want to hear from you guys. Do you think Mephismon is manipulating Miharu? Do you think Miharu created Gift? Do you think she's secretly connected to the Holy Egg or whatever that is? Or do you think we're all completely tweaking over here and Toei is about to hit us with the most random twist imaginable? Let me know down below. I hope you enjoyed the theory crafting that we did over here, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!